Hello there and welcome to the Drax Files Book Club. I'm joined here today by Shyla and by Daisy. Hello.
Hello.
And you just, if you watch this on Twitch or on YouTube, you just heard again, I love it, from Modest Mussorgsky, Pictures at an Exhibition. The section, The Hut of Baba Yaga. The Hut of Baba Yaga is a Russian fairy tale about a witch that lives in a house that sits on chicken legs. Ring a bell? Seen that in
Oh
Sansa?
yeah, I've seen. Yeah, I've seen
Yeah,
that. Yeah,
me too. And
yeah,
the piece
yeah.
that
It's
we
awesome.
heard was the orchestration was by Maurice Ravel because the original um, piece by Mussorgsky was only piano. So today we are hopefully, I hope it's 99% sure that we're visiting a version of the Grey House as envisioned by our own Silas Merlin, noted Second Life and Sansa artiste. And it's my understanding that he's actually at the fairly at the beginning of the book, but he has nonetheless built a Grey House experience in Sansa, or started anyway. And it looks nothing like this cover, but I've been there, and I hope that we can go there today and I feel it captures the right feeling. Now,
Yeah,
I want to start with Daisy because when we started reading The Grey House, just real the synopsis here. The Grey House again is about a strange boarding school for kids with disabilities, not only physical disabilities, but it seems also uh, some psychological issues may or may not be including schizophrenia. So this book is full of um, horror and violence, but it's also full of magic and wonderful. God damn, it falls through love and just human emotions, and it's a puzzle, and it has almost 800 pages, and I finished it, and it wraps it up in a way that is extremely satisfying. But when we started reading it, Daisy, you kept saying that this reminded you the way you see this gray house, which is sort of three stories. You were in a school that felt, when you read the book, felt like this is like the school that you were in.
I mean, just
In
just
what
what you
way?
were saying. In many ways, I keep coming across ways. I mean, what you were just saying now about how it's sort of meant to be for physically disabled children, but there are other children there as well. I
Yeah.
mean, again,
And it seems
but
so, it seems that
actually
people
with
are
both
shipped
my
off there. I
schools.
I want to add one
Well,
more thing.
yeah,
It seems
well,
like
with
in the book that the kids with the mental issues, with the psychological, they're more often sort of like shipped in there. There's one kid,
yeah, no,
Alexander, who is
that's
like
my
violent and weird, and the
if
parents basically beg the
that
principal to take him in.
um,
Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, yeah. No, what I was about to try and say was that is exactly it. Like both the schools that I was at. I mean, I was at two schools. Both of them were officially for physically disabled kids, but both of them actually had kids with learning disabilities. I don't think not so much mentioning schizophrenia or anything. I mean, I don't think kids were even diagnosed with sort of mental health disorders
Uh,
back when I was
back
a kid
way back then,
so
yeah,
much.
probably not. Yeah, they were just
I don't
deemed
think there were
difficult,
really.
basically.
Well, yeah, probably, yeah, exactly. Or just maybe just said to have learning disabilities or
Right.
something. But yeah, definitely, both schools really had kids with learning disabilities as well.
Now,
Even
but
though
did you have the
officially, they were both only schools for physically disabled kids. I mean, well, the thing was is that I think, if someone has a physical disability as well, the schools that are designed for kids with learning disabilities often don't have the access and facilities to
right?
cope with the physical disability.
I,
So I think that's a part of the
Daisy,
reason.
one quick concrete question, because as we're going, and I saw Silas pop in here. Oh, Silas is standing over there. We're gonna go to Silas's sort of rendition, or what came out of his head when he got confronted with this Grey House narrative. I want to ask you specifically about the feeling also that it evokes. What about the feeling that this book evokes in you is comparable to your own experience? I mean, eh, I don't know what I mean by feeling. I mean,
Yeah, I don't even, no, I know
there
what you
is
mean.
a
It's not,
certain let me just say one thing for me. What is depicted here is a certain amount of, it's very chaotic, and it's unclear what
yeah,
they
that's
actually learn. It's
not
really
really the
like they're
same.
right. So it's like the administration is really not in charge. It seems like a
It's
complete free-for-all madness type of situation.
the main thing I sort of feel is that's different is the way the kids, the way the conflict is constructed. It's kids against kids
Hmm.
rather than kids against staff. I mean,
Right. At this.
I sort of feel that, in my own case, if there was conflict, it was more kids against staff than, kids against kids. I mean,
Right.
it was quite a. I mean, there was, particularly with the haemophiliacs who were largely sort of mostly able-bodied. They could be, difficult, let's say, bullies or whatever.
Right.
But for the most part, it was fair. The school was quite peaceful, and there wasn't a lot of. There wasn't a violence or anything that's depicted
Well, here in the
in.
book, and I always want to tie it back to the book. In the book, there is a certain amount of violence. There is, like you said, there's kids against kids. There seems to be factions, and there's some sort of crossover, but there seems to be uh, rituals of sort of violent pecking order type things. Who's the leader? And I think one of the things,
There
I mean,
wasn't that sort of thing at all.
I think in the Guardian they always compare this book to Lord of the Flies. There's certainly the Lord of the
Yeah.
Flies aspect to it, with where kids are thrown into a somewhat lawless scenario, and then they create their own structures, and that then is often violent. But also, I think, Daisy, what you said in the beginning, I'm gonna throw it to Silas and Shal in a minute, but you also envisioned it, because that's going to be interesting when we go to Silas's place. How about visually? I mean, what pictures come into your mind when you read the book? I mean, is it like the cover where there's sort of
Yeah.
like a Mediterranean style villa on top of this tree stump, or because I immediately saw Soviet style tract
Yeah, well,
housing
exactly.
kind of.
Exactly. Well, I do see it, yeah, I do see it similar in the basic structure, as you
Hmm.
said, because, yeah, it's long, or with a long corridor, we certainly had plenty of long
The long
corridors.
corridors, right? Where they
Yeah,
actually
yeah,
the
and
wheelchair guys are
even
doing like
few details like
chases.
the swing doors I noticed at one point,
Hmm.
and things like that kind of thing. I mean, they didn't
Right.
have. There were other differences. I mean, I noticed they had bunk beds by the looks of it,
Right.
which we didn't have of it fairly obviously, because most of the kids there were either wheelchair users or couldn't walk well. So no bunk beds.
But it also seems like
No,
in the book they have the bunk beds, but they also have then
and
these gigantic whatever it is, like mattresses where everybody just
yeah, that's
piles
a
on
bit
top
odd.
of it. That is
Yeah,
super weird. Yeah.
that is weird. The
Yeah.
way they're always sitting on. It seems like they spend all their lives sitting on beds,
Right.
which is not.
That is true.
That's
That's true.
that wasn't. He didn't. He only got out of their wheelchairs or got onto the beds really. If, we went to bed sort of thing. Well, I mean, people that walked probably did sit on their beds actually because
One
there
second,
didn't really
Daisy.
have. There wasn't room for chairs and tables and
Olympus,
whatever.
where you stumbled into the book club. We're gonna do an excursion here at the book club. We've been reading this book, The Gray House. I highly recommend it. There's an audiobook version, ebook version. This is awesome. This is I don't know what it is. Magical realism. It's transformative.
Looks cool.
Yeah, the cover is like really. I think we keep talking about this, but when I saw the cover, it's like I gotta read this. So this is a Russian author. It's been out in Russia since 2009. It was just translated a couple of years ago into English, and
Oh,
it's absolute. We've been talking about it for a while here at the book club, and Silas Merlin tr- uh, basically ate this book. And then his brain spit out a visual rendition, and he's building a Sansar experience based on this book.
oh, based on it.
Yep. So,
Cool.
but the cool thing is, and I was just asking Daisy here because this book is about disabled kids in a boarding school environment. And Daisy, when we started reading it, said, this school that's depicted here so reminds me of the school I went to. Um, and Shyla, do you wanna throw in something here real quick? How does the house look in your mind? And then we can go over to Silas's place. Shyla, when you
Yeah,
when
it's
you like, how does it look in your mind? I mean, I keep coming back to that weird house in Watsonville, California, but that's baloney. I mean, that's a Victorian, and it's way too small. The book that's depicted, the house that's depicted in the book it has to be
three
fairly large,
stories.
three
Yeah,
stories, and it houses whatever 100 kids or whatever. Like, and there's like a
yeah,
hospital attached to it too. Or a psych ward,
yeah.
I guess. Oh, wait, Daisy, last question before I throw it to Charlotte. Did you guys have in your school a hospital attached to it or nearby?
Oh,
No?
the sepulchre. Oh, yeah, the sepulchre. That is,
Because the sepulchre here in the book, that's
oh,
so strange too, because the kids are getting shipped off there when there's problems, and you're not sure if there's they're
yeah, we
thrown in
had
solitary confinement in some scenes.
that,
I don't want to
that.
spoil the book, but yeah.
Well, yeah, there was. I mean, I remember being in isolation.
Yeah?
Yeah, yeah,
Did they throw
it's
you guys
quite
into
scary.
isolation?
It's quite. Yeah, well, I remember being in isolation once when I had a bug or something.
Oh,
So
because of medical reasons. So
yeah,
that
medical.
that the
Yeah,
infection wouldn't
yeah,
spread.
yeah.
But not
Not yeah.
because you were
So yeah.
unruly or anything.
No, no, not because.
Okay.
No. Well, no, no. I mean, there were detentions and things like that. But
Right,
yeah,
right, right.
but that wasn't. Yeah, you weren't sent to sick bay because of that.
Okay, Shyla.
But no, they were.
Oh,
Yeah,
Daisy,
that was quite
finish.
interesting though. I thought that aspect of it, the way their whole attitude to it, that it was. It's such, a dreadful place because it was, they were horrible in sick bay back in my school. Yeah, it's quite
Yeah.
a nasty place. The staff there were particularly mean. What have you?
They were
So
they were
it did
mean.
seem,
Exactly. That's what they.
yeah,
I mean, that's often you find in literature, hospital wards, or I mean, it's almost it comes back. What comes to mind is One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest with the
yeah.
iconic sort of fascistic nurse there. That's
And of
somewhat
course
cliche.
they,
Yeah.
ended up killing an awful lot of the kids there with haemophilia. I mean, they literally, infected them all with HIV. I mean,
Yeah.
the vast majority of boys there with haemophilia ended up dying because of that. Because they had a specialist,
In your
supposedly
school, we're talking. We
state
just
of
want
the
to make
art.
clear for the
Yeah,
people
which
who are listening to this. In your school for disabled kids, they were they just negligent? Was it at a time when they just did not?
well, the whole. I mean, it wasn't just in my school, but um,
I was gonna
it was
say
a
because in
cutting.
the beginning
It
of
was a
AIDS.
cutting edge.
Hmm.
It was nevertheless a supposedly cutting edge unit for
Hmm.
for treating haemophilia.
Hmm.
So I mean, I'm not. I mean, I don't know the details of it or
I mean,
anything.
I don't want to excuse
So,
anything, but in the beginning of AIDS, the tragedy was, of course, also that it was. I'm not sure if it was really seen at the gravity of the problem. I mean, the enormity of the
well,
problem.
it's.
I mean,
I don't
there's.
know. I think it was. I think it was known
Well, I
quite
can tell
quickly
you
that.
that in the U.S. there are people who are, including recently passed away George Herbert Walker Bush and others, and Reagan, of course, who ignored something where they did know, but they really
They
didn't
ignored.
care. They ignored it because it
They
didn't affect
they
them.
They did. There was. I think that they. Yeah. I mean, a lot of families and what have you have gotten a lot of compensation. I think in America before. I mean,
Yeah.
more than so than in Britain. I mean, it's only very recently come out a huge scandal about the degree of negligence with regard to the contaminated blood. Because they knew that the blood. Well, they certainly knew that blood was carried hepatitis. Which I mean, even I knew that, in the early 80s, because we were warned at school. If any of the boys had the female boys had a nosebleed or anything. We everybody was
Daisy,
told not to touch their blood because it could have hepatitis. So they even knew that
right.
they were potentially infecting these kids with hepatitis. That was even before the AIDS thing, the HIV thing came out. So they knew the blood wasn't safe even then.
Okay, Daisy, I really don't want to cut you off because this is a super important subject, but we need to keep it to the Gray House today.
Yeah, I know.
And actually, you know what? Please, let's put some book recommendations that have to do with the AIDS crisis because that's something that I would really like to read up on more. The beginning, the negligence, and the repercussions. I want to give Shyla real quick an opportunity to tell us how the Gray House looks in your head. Now that I don't know what page you're on or whatever, and then we're gonna go to Silas's place. Hi, Timey, just come along for the ride. We're reading the Gray House, and Silas has made the Gray House. Not, it's a work in progress, but here you go. You can read it.
Oh, lovely, thank you.
You can read it between the seminaries. Um, Shyla, how does the Gray House look in your mind? Your mind's
Oh
eye.
yeah, it's huge, and I envision it for some reason. I think because this is what I've seen these buildings as like a U shape.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're always going down these hallways
Right.
to get to where they're going. So I envision this U shape. It's the common areas are worn down, and then I think it's pretty dark, except that
It's dark, yeah.
there's these paintings on the walls which add the brightness. So
The U-shaped is
it's not
kind of the
completely
institutional
dark.
thing where like there's like an inner courtyard or something, I guess.
Yeah, because they go out.
Mm.
They go out, and there is a
Right.
fence that keeps them from going further,
Mm.
right? And so there is a yard, and I envision all the rooms to be really messy.
Mm-hmm. Super messy.
Super messy, cots everywhere. And so then when I think of that, I think it's a little buggy.
Right,
Like I'm
bed bugs
guessing,
and stuff. And
I'm
lice.
guessing they've got bugs
Ugh.
and stuff in there.
Are you taking notes, Silas? Oh, it's gonna be so awesome. When you go to Silas, oh, we're gonna go. Okay, so are we ready? Should we go? Shyla, did I
Yeah.
cut you off?
No, not at all.
Shyla, I don't want to spoil anything, but I gotta say this. There is one point in the book where the windows are being
Don't
closed.
say.
Oops,
Don't say it.
I just said it. It's too late. All the windows are being la 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 la. No, okay. Silas, please do us the favor. We're so excited. Please put out a portal or put the URL in the chat. Again, this is the Gray House, folks. Please read it. It is so transformative. Trust me. It's a puzzle. Don't get frustrated if the puzzle is not resolved. It's not about the outcome. It's about the process. It's about being in the moment. Okay? You don't get brownie points for finishing this first. The House in which is, by the way, the Russian
Okay.
original title. The Russian original title, The House in Which. Here we go. Off we go. Oh my God. I don't know if I can do this. Okay. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. And if you Google images, if you do an image search, Gray House, and I should put this into the chat. If you do this in Russian with the Russian original title, you will find. Oh my God, Silas, this is so crazy. Look at
Need
this.
a flashlight.
Where are the flashlights,
And
folks? Grab the
Some of the
flashlight.
stairs are difficult to climb. I
Silas,
tried to make it better now, but it didn't work.
don't worry about it, Silas, but you will guide us, and we gotta stick together because just like in the book, you can get lost, and I don't want to end up in the sepulchre in a solitary confinement cell.
No.
I'll tell you, look at this. And now when you
Zoom
go in,
out a minute, hang on.
Sepulchre is quite nice, actually.
did you build a sepulchre already too?
Well, it's the tree house behind.
Oh.
Oh, look over the side. Wow.
Don't look at the side, it don't spoil. Oh, Silas, you gotta go front. Everybody behind Silas. Silas is now Grasshopper. Or maybe Silas is Rolf.
No,
Oh, look.
I don't really know. I get lost.
Wow,
But
look at
there
this.
is I thought it was a big room, but it turned out to be a bit smallish.
Wow.
And also, I made the house a tiny bit smaller
Yeah?
just now.
I
Oh,
do see
so
the rooms as quite small, actually. The dorms, I see them as quite cramped
yeah.
in my mind.
Yeah.
You know, everything, as Charlotte says, it's very, you know, messy, but
That's what
also
I thought so
quite
too.
crammed in.
Yeah, and
I
Silas
mean,
showed it to
I'm
me
sort
once
of,
before, and I thought, like, you know what, the rooms, frankly, okay, in my mind they would be bigger, but now that I'm here, exactly what you're saying, Daisy, a smaller room gets messier
but
faster.
I
Uh,
Yeah,
keep
well,
thinking that maybe
once
that's why they're always sitting on the beds, because there's
yeah,
no room for the wheelchairs.
there's
Maybe they
no
have to sort of fold them up
once you put some
or something.
furniture in a room, it looks bigger.
right,
But this was supposed to be a much bigger room. Oh well.
but
Here, come.
but you do this. Talk a little bit about your process because it's like a real stream of consciousness process. Well, look at this. See, this is so much. Whoa, look,
This is cool.
this goes nowhere. Look at this. This is almost like the.
Oh, small rooms.
Whoa.
This is like solitary.
This is the solitary confinement, yeah.
Yeah.
I think we need to do a
It's a gecko.
we need to do a
It's a
reading
dog.
here.
You
Silas,
guys.
when you say that you get lost, tell why. Don't you map this out
Oh
on paper?
no,
How do you do it?
I just make a shape and dig into it.
Hmm.
Is it sculpted? Because you can
Yeah,
get your stuff.
it's
Yeah.
sculpted.
Yeah. Thought probably. Looks sort of
So there are more
sculpted.
rooms here and a small, even smaller, big room there, and then if you go up these steps,
What?
you
Not
get
quite
to
yet.
a
I
dead end.
wait.
But
No.
Try to go this way.
This
and
way? Okay.
This is the one that's difficult to climb. So you have to stay on the right side.
Whoa.
As long as you stay on the right side, you should be able to get through. And I even made it smaller, so it's
Oh
more
my God!
difficult.
Look. Oh my God. See this hallway here, Silas. You
Maybe you
told me
need to teleport.
Silas, you told me that you don't necessarily like the Russian fan art, or you said like you don't find it too inspiring.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. I just haven't found anything inspiring yet. But I want to put some of these pieces, not put the fan art here, but build
Yeah.
something out of it.
What I want to tell you when I look into this direction here, this is unbelievable. This is
Yeah, this is it.
right. This is it. This really is it. If you
Yeah.
want to, if you want to, people ask what is this book about? I would say log into Sansa, stand here, and just look in this direction. This is what the book is about. Oh my God.
Will you put elevators in Mayaki? I mean, Silas.
They
No,
have they.
uh,
Wait a minute. Do they have
It's
elevators?
just an idea. It's
I'm
not
not sure
real.
they have them, do they?
It's not
I'm not
real.
sure.
I know that when you have wheelchairs, you can't go up those stairs. It's even difficult for us without. But
No,
I
you
mean, it's just the idea of the
exactly.
house.
It's the idea, and I think the fact that, you know what? I mean, I couldn't tell you if they actually in the book if they have elevators.
I
I
don't
don't think they
remember
have.
any.
I don't remember either. I think
I don't
that,
remember stairs either, actually, but yeah, I don't remember elevators
It's
or
the
stairs.
same in the book. It's just the idea of the house.
exactly. It's the
Yeah,
idea of the house. That's what Silas is
yeah,
exactly right. Because
exactly.
you can look at this literally, or you can look at it as a giant metaphor. You don't even know if the house exists because oh shit, I I can't spoil it. I'll sh
Actually,
I'll
there
shut
are
up.
more than there's several
Yeah,
floors,
shut
aren't
up.
there? So
I'll
there has
shut
to
up.
be a way up.
Well,
Yeah,
but maybe
And
the
this one,
third is for the people without the wheelchair. You know, we don't
yeah.
we
and
don't
this
know.
was,
Maybe all the wheelchair kids are
Well, there
on the
could be.
ground floor.
Actually, we had some huge fire escape ramps outside at our
Ah,
school. Because we had, as I said, one of our buildings was actually a huge old house, like the grey house, you know, but
yeah.
um, sort of 3 stories or whatever.
So
And
what do you mean
yeah,
by old? I mean, what era? I mean, was it like
well, it was
19th
like
century or
18th century, 17th, or
thanks.
yeah,
I think it's 17th. I think
yeah,
no,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
no
Is it
18th century.
claustrophobic?
And
I think.
then they added
Not sure.
on.
I don't find it claustrophobic, but
Yeah,
I think
Okay.
yeah. Then they added on all the
you
modern
know, once the
concrete
chair is in, it'll
corridors.
feel very claustrophobic.
Oh God, sorry, repeat that, Charlotte.
Once the
Couldn't quite hear
interior
you.
is what?
Yeah. Like when I visualize this room and I visualize the interior of this room, I just see mattresses all over the floor
Exactly. The mattresses
and
all over the
and
floor.
half-eaten chips.
Chips, exactly. And there all these
Yeah,
chutskis, the stuff that they collect, right? Like the
Yeah.
Tabaki has all these weird artifacts that are somehow may have magical powers or not. Like the he has like a necklace with teeth on it. I forget. I mean, yeah, it's all everything. And then there's like, yeah, it's dirty, it's cramped, it's messy.
I love this grid texture you're using,
yeah,
Silas.
Yeah, that is fantastic.
It
yeah. It would
comes.
be a big job to fill it with
It's not
stuff.
really a grid texture. It comes from the voxels I'm using, and I like to keep traces of it.
Hmm.
Yeah,
You
it's
need
good.
to tone down the flashlights a little bit. That will be my one thing. Just a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
They're a little
I've
too
never
extreme.
actually visited the upper floor. I think maybe we should try to get to it.
I'm not so
How do
sure.
we
I'm
get to the
afraid.
upper floor?
I think the crazy kids are on the upper floor.
Well,
The
I
violent
think I
crazy
should have.
kids.
Well, no, I didn't make the. There is another little room here. I didn't make enough floors.
Hmm.
I didn't make the last one.
Ah, but are you gonna just put it on top?
No. I just didn't make it.
Look at this, Daisy.
I,
Look out here. Then we're gonna go there
no.
later.
Don't look at.
Okay, don't
Come
look
this
out.
way.
Don't look out yet.
Let's go up these stairs.
Oh my God. Wait, I gotta look at this first
You see?
again.
You see there are new other stairs here.
I'm completely lost already. This is quite
This
amazing.
way.
Yeah. No, but this is a different hallway, right? This is not the same hallway.
No. This is where we were before.
Ah, okay. Okay, let's go
It's just
upstairs.
difficult to find the different hall stairways.
Look, Daisy is completely mesmerized. She's teleported back into the past, into the 80s.
Yeah, nightmares.
Nightmares are coming back. Oh my God, I'm gonna have
Yeah.
nightmares. I think I'm gonna be sitting here and reading the book to myself for the next 3 months. Wow.
I'll tell you where else it reminds me of, actually. I gotta
What is?
get out of my head. The catacombs in Rome. I
Yeah. Oh
visited
yeah.
there
Yeah.
in my childhood as well. Reminds me of there.
Well, the
And
institutionality and the combination. I mean, I did my civil service in a psychiatric institution. It had. I mean, they all have a similar vibe. Oh my God, look at this small room here. You can see the sweat. Yeah, this is very catacombish.
Yeah. Yeah. And Tunisia as well. The forgotten what the place is called, where they filmed Star Wars.
Oh, I don't know. You know, Timey Masters probably works in the sepulcher because she's a nurse in the sepulcher. I don't know. I always associate the nurses with religious people.
Maybe these are not rooms; they are tombs. Tombs.
Well, this could be bathroom stalls or showers, you know.
Cells.
Hmm?
Yeah, cells. Prison cells.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's, you know, in the sepulcher, they get into the solitary confinement to
Yeah.
so they have rooms like that in the book, in the story. Again, I mean, we're talking about, I gotta stress this because I'm so impressed with and that's the beauty about literature. W- you know, the things that come into your mind, they're just completely different for every person. And even if something in some books is described very literally and in enormous detail, and depending on the type of narrative, sometimes the location is described in enormous detail. It still will look different in people in your mind's eye.
Jump.
Jump. Wow. And it's funny, Silas, because you retained a little bit from far away. You did retain the book cover, I guess, a little bit. I mean, it's like a nightmare version of a Spanish villa.
I
Just
forgot to. You can't really cam away.
oh yeah, right. I noticed this last
I
time.
forgot to add items.
Items?
Uh, Something so that you can cam away. I forgot to add.
Oh, is that a thing of the render engine? Because I noticed like this never happened. If I cam away, then it disappears really quickly.
It's because you have to place objects far
Ah.
away. I didn't get very far in the book, but there was a point at towards the beginning where I had the impression that they were in a separate place inside the house.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to have this room that you could only get in from the outside.
Ah. Yeah.
This little room.
Well, again, I'm not going to spoil anything, but I can tell you that there are several different
Yeah.
places where blah, la, 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 la. Close your ears. There are a lot of places where they go. They're not necessarily
Well,
in
there
the
are
house.
some hidden rooms, but we didn't see them.
How can we
I
find them?
didn't. You just have to stumble upon them. Sometimes you have to teleport to it.
I want to go up here first before we look at the tree. Wow. Oh, look at this.
Here is one. You have to teleport. It's very small space.
Oh. Oh, Daisy's walking downstairs. Also, Silas, another thing. Where's Silas go? Now we're gonna be losing each other. I know it. Oh, here's Shyla. Shyla, we lost you.
Yeah,
Did you? We lost you.
I fell out a window
You fell out a window.
and I
No.
couldn't find you.
Yeah.
I love this house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too.
Awesome.
I think when you listen to the audiobook, you need to log yourself in here and just sit here.
Maybe I will.
Yeah.
Wait, can we go back here and go and okay, here's a little dare. Who can find the way back so we come out the other side on on the outside staircase? Daisy, can you find it?
Oh goodness, no. I'm not good at mazes.
I think I can. Not so fast, Shala, not so fast. Not so fast, kid.
Oh, let me hit my shift button so I'm not running. Do you have to go upstairs to
I
get
think
back down?
I think so. It's got to be up here. The master is leading the way. There it is, yeah.
Now I'm stuck.
What happens if we go up here, though? Oh, this is just the last room here.
Wait a minute.
Whoa.
It's a
Yeah?
design mistake. It's
Why?
not connected to the rest.
What, this
I
one?
didn't notice. Well, yeah, it's just another room that's closed off from the rest of
Well,
the
incidentally,
building.
again, I don't want to spoil things, but later on in the book,
Yeah, you
they
don't
go to
want
the
to spoil
attic.
things.
They
Yeah,
find
yeah.
hidden things there. So this works well because there are things hidden. Oh, look at this treehouse. You know, Silas, I played the Hut of Baba Yaga Mussorgsky, the orchestral version at the beginning of the broadcast today, and I think
Oh, I could add Baba Yaga in here.
exactly. Somehow this is already a little bit Baba Yaga-ish. Look at this. Look at your tree there. Oh, this is crazy. This is almost like an eye. This is a face. This is like a mutilated face with one eye. This tree here. Whoa, Silas, this is crazy. This is where the kids can escape. Oh my god, I don't want to spoil things. But I must.
Oh no. Again, have to walk sideways.
I lost my flashlight. That's okay, we have enough flashlights. Shyla, this way. You gotta teleport up. Oh, yeah.
You go sideways.
Whoa. Shyla, are you past page 300 or so already? No.
No, I don't know what page I'm on.
There is something that is a little bit like a dream, but some characters they end up in like a town with a diner, and they walk through it. It's very strange.
It's awesome. It's awesome. Oh look, I can see out.
While we hear Daisy upstairs. Whoa. Now I needed my flashlight. Can, Shyla,
No.
can you come here with a flash? Can somebody come with a flashlight? Wow.
I don't know this place.
You know it? What do you mean, Shyla? Do you know it? Let's go this way. I know this place too. It's in my mind. Wow, and all of a sudden here it becomes very perpendicular, non-organic.
Yeah, it was an accident because um, this this was supposed to be a room. It was rounded like the other ones, and when I was at some point, I realized that my mesh had become solid here while I was sculpting and doing things. It just became uh, a solid space. So I had to use a different method to dig here afterwards because it wasn't voxels anymore. So I just
And
did it with perpendicular angles.
but you cannot reverse that process. It's like,
Oh yeah, yeah, I could, but I just decided that it was nice to have a different
yep,
kind of place.
yep, absolutely, because that's again also in a way a metaphor where it's organic, but then it becomes man-made, and the transition is very fluid, and we don't know where the dream begins. We don't know where it, to me anyway, it's like where does reality begin? We lost Daisy. We gotta find her.
Yeah, I don't know where I am.
Oh, I
Yeah,
heard her.
yeah.
I'm on the roof.
Scream, Daisy, we'll find you. Is the roof on fire? Oops,
No.
wrong way. Lead to you gotta go to the roof. We have to rescue her. Oh my God. How can we go to the roof, Silas? You went upstairs somewhere.
I'm on the roof.
Okay, we'll find you. Stay where you are.
We're getting closer, I think.
Oh, here. Here's the stairs.
Sorry.
Ah,
You have to go sideways, yeah.
sideways or zigzag a little bit in VR. Whoa. Oh, is this crazy? Look at this. We're still inside the
Stuck?
tree. A little bit, yeah. Oh no, it's working, it's working. Wow. Oh my God. Look at this. Daisy, we're on the roof.
Yeah, move there a bit. I'm even higher.
What?
Getting as high as I can. I'm going up to the
Oh,
top
I
of the
see her.
wall.
Where do you see her?
This
Oh,
way.
over there.
Trying to get up here. Can we get up here?
Wow, this is where the view is at. Look at. Oh yeah, this is
Yay!
where you get the best view. Look at the house. There it is.
There is. Yeah.
The house with its utter lack of humanity, and the tree with its core being life. The two, the yin and the yang. It's the yin and the yang. Wow. Wow. Amazing. Silas, are all these pods connected even on the... I don't remember if we were all the way on the other side of the tree, on the far side. Are they all connected? The tree inside? I want to see if I can go, if we can go from here all the way to the other side. There has to be another. Is this already the far side?
There is a
Ye-
little space somewhere
Yeah.
here. No, no, this way.
Wow, but from here you can see these legs, these arms that are holding up these pods. Oh, oops, I fell down. No, 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 no. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, we have to go back. How do I get back? I think I'll just wait. Here, I'm back. Where are they? Hello? I fell down. Ah, here they are. Mayeki, I fell down. You know where they are? Here.
Oh, here he is.
I fell down. Wow. Here you can see the tree.
If you want to fall down, I have to show you where to do it best.
Okay. Because when I fell down, I saw the roots in a way. It goes quite
Yeah,
a bit down. Yeah.
Oh, right.
yeah, very far.
Show us.
Okay.
Ah, I so wanna talk about the ending of this book. I want to talk
Oh,
about Alexander and the weird cultists. Where is he? Here. Here? Let's wait for the others. I'm going to send this to the translator.
yeah,
And
I think this is the spot.
okay, let's
So
do it.
you try to stay on the roots.
Okay. Wow. Wow, it goes far down. The roots
Wait,
go far down.
wait. I have to come out.
Look up, guys. Look up. You can see a little bit the house, the tree.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome.
Okay, a bit to the left, to the right.
Oh, wow. Look at this. Oh my God. This is really
Yeah.
like the book. This is as deep as the book is. You think it's just about some disabled kids in a boarding school, and then all of a sudden it is about everything.
Silas.
Thanks.
Oh my God, Silas, this is just crazy.
One down there.
Wow.
Well, I know that the author is
Huge.
extremely secluded, but also they don't know how crazy I can hustle because we need to get her in here and
Yeah.
talk with us and spend time. I'm gonna fly to Moscow and
Let's
track
show
her
her
down.
the video or something. Bit of video and surely she'll come along and see it. And photos.
Well, I think
Snapshots.
actually,
To tempt her.
especially given the fact with her statement about selling movie rights because of the that I mean, I actually think a virtual world context as a separate medium to enhance the book or to supplement it or whatever to live alongside it.
Yeah,
A
well, there wouldn't be any characters, so
yes,
it shouldn't worry her, that
no, but what I'm
people
saying
are
is,
obsessing about the disabilities.
well, but what I'm saying is everybody's talking about an essentially, the trajectory is usually okay. Here's a book, then the book is famous, whatever, and then let's make a movie, and then that's it, and then maybe sometimes make some sort of game. But to actually create a role-playing community that is just fans of this world and inhabiting the world.
Yeah,
I mean, it would be akin to the Lord of the Rings Online, with the difference, of course, that it would be made by people and not by any company.
yeah.
It would
Try
be
to
made.
go down
Let's go, yeah.
to the last route.
The last route. This is where it's all. This is where it originates. Life. And here we can't see our future. Look, the future is foggy. The future lies in the fog.
No, it's a dead end, but there is a route down there.
Where?
So maybe we just have to jump.
Where was it? Is it in front of us?
No, down below. If you can see it. So
I'm jumping.
maybe. Okay, let's jump.
Uh-oh. Oh yeah, here I see it.
We lost some people. We
Oh, I
lost
made it. I
Shaila.
made it.
Yeah, we lost Shaila, but 3 of us made it.
Well, that's a good ratio. Collateral damage. Can't avoid it. Now we're at the root, Silas, and everything is foggy.
Yeah, and
We
we can't get back.
exactly. That's the metaphor
We
for
just have to
life.
jump.
That, that's the
This
metaphor
is
for
the
life.
end.
If you want to find the root, be aware that you may never go get back.
I seem to be standing in midair. I feel a bit vulnerable.
Uh-oh. Oh, that's it. That's the end. That's the end. My only friend. The end. Wow. I think I have to put on some music in the background.
Oh, there we are.
Oh my
Back
God.
on solid ground.
Yeah.
Oh, more solid than it was anyway. I guess, yes, I'm standing on solid ground, but I'm not quite sure what the solid ground is standing on.
In the background, I'm playing Mussorgsky, playing Bülow now from pictures at an exhibition.
I wonder. Oh, I was wondering what Mijeka
Say again?
was. How do you say Mijeka? Mijeka? I was wondering where he
Mayeki.
was. Mayeki.
I was searching for you.
Oh, sorry.
No problem.
Folks, I want to wrap up this stream and say, Silas, thank you for inspiring us and for putting stuff into this wonderful world that holds a lot of meaning. You could have chosen to make some very crappy, superficial entertainment with your time, and you've done that with your avatar. No. Um, Oops, the music is swelling up. Tone it down.
Run down the roots.
What are your plans now?
Okay. The roots.
Yeah.
What are the next steps, Silas?
The next step is to find someone to take over.
Yeah. You're done here.
No, but I mean, I'm not good at making experiences.
I think you already made one of the most compelling experiences. It depends on the taste.
It's very
I
it's
mean,
very good.
You'd want to put furniture,
Yeah.
doors, attractive things in there. I can't do that, but I can integrate some paintings on the wall.
Yeah.
Things like that.
Somebody needs to read
Not
the.
much beyond.
I think Naya needs to read the book and make pillows and stuff.
But I
Yeah,
can
I
put
was
this
thinking
in.
Noah.
I can put this in a bundle now and put it in a store for someone to take over.
Yes.
I mean, we can't pass experiences, but now we can bundle stuff. So I could.
Right, so it's really out of the box. You bundle it, and then I res it, and it's in that exact combination with the roots and everything.
Yeah, except the skybox and the sky settings.
I'm gonna wrap the stream,
Next.
folks. This is absolutely super inspiring. I'll hope that that somebody takes up the mantle from you, Silas, and we should all collaborate. I'm gonna put it in the marketplace. I'll buy it and I'll put it unlisted. And if people want to try to collaborate in putting stuff inside, and we can have future readings in there. Folks on YouTube and Twitch,
I have to
yeah?
fix the store. I have to fix the stairs first. Make it a little bigger. So I have to do a few things, and then I'll put it. I tell you and put it in the store.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna wrap up the stream and take us out with some more Modest Mussorgsky. What is playing now? Ah, interesting. Again, the hut on Fowl's legs. Baba Yaga. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.